Alright, here's a long, cinematic YouTube script for your channel Drivenology, written in an engaging storytelling style with no headings, as you requested. It covers exterior, interior, performance, and pricing, and feels like a premium car documentary. The engine hasn't even started yet, but you can already feel the presence. A deep, dark aura surrounds this machine like it owns the road before touching it. This isn't just a car. This is attitude forged in steel, shadow, and raw muscle. Welcome to something that feels like it crawled straight out of 1972, but reborn with a modern menace. This is the Shadow King, a blacked-out retro muscle beast that doesn't just drive, it dominates. From the very first glance, the Shadow King makes one thing clear: subtlety is not its purpose. The body sits low, wide, and aggressive, hugging the ground like a predator ready to strike. The design takes inspiration from classic 1970s American muscle, but everything has been pushed further, darker, and more intense. The entire exterior is drowned in deep gloss black, not just paint, but an identity. Every curve absorbs light instead of reflecting it, creating a silhouette that looks different from every angle. The front fascia is pure intimidation. A wide grille stretches across like a clenched jaw, finished in matte black mesh that hides more than it reveals. The headlights are slim, sharp, and slightly smoked, giving the car a narrowed, almost angry expression. When they light up, they cut through darkness like blades. The hood is long and muscular, featuring aggressive bulges that hint at the monster lurking underneath. You don't need to open it to know, this thing is powerful. Moving along the sides, the profile screams old-school muscle but with a modern twist. The lines are clean yet aggressive, with a subtle flare over the wheel arches that adds width and dominance. Massive black alloy wheels fill those arches perfectly, wrapped in low-profile performance tires that look ready to tear through asphalt. The stance is everything here: wide, planted, unstoppable. Even standing still, it feels like it's moving. The door handles are flush, keeping the design clean, while the side mirrors are minimal and aerodynamic. There's no unnecessary chrome, no flashy accents, just black on black on black. Even the window trims are darkened, making the entire body feel like one continuous shadow. At the rear, the Shadow King delivers its final statement. A full-width taillight strip glows in deep red, contrasting beautifully against the black body. The design is simple but powerful, stretching across like a signature. Beneath it, quad exhaust tips sit aggressively, promising a sound that matches the look. The rear diffuser adds a modern touch, improving aerodynamics while enhancing the car's muscular presence. And then there's the sound. When the engine finally roars to life, it's not just noise, it's a declaration. A deep, thunderous growl shakes the ground, echoing the golden era of muscle cars but refined with modern engineering. It's raw, it's loud, and it's addictive. You don't just hear it, you feel it in your chest. Step inside, and the experience shifts from brutal aggression to controlled luxury. The interior of the Shadow King blends retro inspiration with modern sophistication. Black leather dominates the cabin, stitched with precision and accented by subtle metallic elements. The seats are wide and supportive, designed for both comfort and performance driving. They hug you just enough to remind you that this is still a beast under control. The dashboard carries a classic layout but with modern upgrades. Analog-style gauges meet digital displays, giving you the best of both worlds. The steering wheel is thick, wrapped in premium leather, with a flat-bottom design that adds a sporty touch. Every button, every surface feels intentional, nothing is out of place. Ambient lighting glows softly across the cabin, customizable to match your mood. At night, the interior transforms into a cockpit-like environment, making every drive feel special. The infotainment system sits seamlessly in the center, offering modern connectivity without disrupting the retro aesthetic. You get navigation, media controls, smartphone integration, everything you'd expect in a modern car, but presented in a way that respects the car's heritage. The sound system is tuned to perfection, but honestly, you might not use it much. Because the real music comes from under the hood. And speaking of performance, this is where the Shadow King truly earns its name. Under that long, sculpted hood lies a powerhouse engine, a modern V8 inspired by classic muscle DNA. It delivers brutal horsepower and even more impressive torque, launching this machine forward with relentless force. The acceleration is instant, pushing you back into your seat as the car surges ahead like a storm unleashed. The transmission is smooth yet aggressive, shifting gears with precision whether you're cruising or pushing it to the limit. The throttle response is sharp, giving you complete control over the power at your fingertips. Despite its old-school inspiration, the Shadow King is packed with modern performance technology. Advanced suspension keeps the ride stable and controlled, even at high speeds. The handling is surprisingly precise for a car of this size, allowing you to take corners with confidence. It's not just a straight-line monster, it's a complete performance machine. Braking is equally impressive, with high-performance discs providing strong, reliable stopping power. Whether you're cruising through the city or pushing hard on open roads, the car responds exactly how you want it to. And then there's the driving experience. This isn't just about speed or numbers. It's about emotion. Every time you press the accelerator, every time you hear that engine roar, every time you see people turn their heads, it reminds you why cars like this exist. It's raw, it's visceral, and it's unforgettable. Now let's talk about something important, the price. A car like the Shadow King isn't just a vehicle, it's a statement piece. Depending on the build, customization, and performance upgrades, the price can vary significantly. A base version of this retro-inspired muscle beast could start around the range of a premium performance car, but once you add custom features, high-end materials, and performance tuning, the cost can climb into luxury territory. But here's the thing, you're not just paying for a car. You're paying for presence, for uniqueness, for something that stands out in a world full of ordinary vehicles. Because let's be honest, cars like this are rare. In a time where everything is becoming electric, silent, and minimal, the Shadow King brings back something that many thought was fading away: pure, unapologetic muscle. It doesn't try to be efficient. It doesn't try to blend in. It exists to make a statement, to dominate the road, and to remind everyone what real driving feels like. And that's what makes it special. The Shadow King isn't just about nostalgia, it's about evolution. It takes everything we loved about classic muscle cars and pushes it into the modern era. It's louder, sharper, more refined, but it never forgets its roots. So whether you're a fan of classic cars, modern performance machines, or just someone who appreciates bold design and raw power, this is something you can't ignore. Because in the end, the Shadow King doesn't ask for attention. It takes it, and once you see it, once you hear it, once you feel it, you'll understand why it's called the King of Shadows. Drivenology.